Dr. K Narendranath Menon, the senior faculty member of Institute of Public Enterprise, the union has done whatever he could do to present a moderate budget, and it was on expected lines to him. He appears more than jubilant as some of his suggestions made to Mango News in the pre-budget interview have reflected in the final budget. That's whether on disinvestment to offset other revenues or taking care of all other sectors, including farming and middle class, without fresh taxations. In other words, he says it is an excellent budget. This is what he has to say.
My take on the union budget. If I am to use body language, it would be just this. But I must tell you, when I met you 2 days ago, you did ask me about what are my expectations of the budget. On that occasion, I told you that, look, I hope to see the finance minister doing something in the area of banking, in the area of housing, infrastructure, agriculture and rural development. I also mentioned that I hope the finance minister, rather than going through direct tax and indirect tax, he mops up a lot of resources through disinvestment. I am delighted to tell you that in this particular budget, the finance minister proposes to mobilize as much as 69,500 crores, an amount which has not been thought of thus far. Having said that, let me tell you a few things about some of the provisions. One is about infrastructure. Infrastructure has got the lion's share. As I said some time ago, it's thumbs up from me, and one of the primary reasons why I'm saying that is the finance minister himself in the budget said the amount of investment which we are putting in infrastructure is much less compared to our growth ambitions. In the light of that, what he has proposed is an investment of 3,17,789 crores. This is 70,000 crores more than last year. Also, he proposes to set up 5 UMPP, that is ultra mega power projects. Each of them would have about 4,000 watts. And then the other thing is he's talked about introducing new tax bonds, and these are tax-free bonds. So as a result of this, more and more people are likely to purchase these bonds. There would be more money, and I think the infrastructure sector will pick up in the days to come. As far as agriculture is concerned, he's talked about a national agriculture marketing plan. This would imply that the farmers will be in a position to sell their produce relatively easily. As far as rural development, he talked about connectivity, road connectivity and electricity in 20,000 villages. All in all, he has taken care of all those things which I drew your attention to 2 or 3 days ago. Indeed, it has. When you talk about a budget, one must understand it's essentially about mobilizing resources and deploying resources. It's very unfair to say that, look, the middle class has not got something, the fat cats have got a lot of things and so on. The budget has obtained resources, and through a variety of measures in the budget, the finance minister has shown to us that he hopes to take care of all sections of society. So to that extent, I think the budget has done a good job. The finance minister has decided that the corporate tax would come down from 30% to 25% over a period of time. You must understand that our tax structure is such that it provides for a lot of concessions, a lot of rebates, and as a result, the tax rate is not really 30%, it's about 23%. I would have been happy if the finance minister said, look, this is 30% now, it will straight away go to 25% rather than having a 5-year stretch. Now when we talk about direct taxes, we have to keep in mind there is this income tax and corporate tax. We just talked about corporate tax. We said it has come down from 30% to 25%. That would be, of course, over a period of 5 years. Coming to income tax, what are the things which the finance minister has done? One is he has increased the health insurance premium. Earlier it was 15,000, now it is 25,000. The other thing is transport allowance. Employees used to get an exemption of 800 rupees per month, which works out to 9,600 rupees a year. But now it has gone up to 1,600 rupees a month, which means an additional 800 rupees. That is as far as the income tax is concerned. So these are the two primary what shall I say, incentives which is given to the salaried class people. So to say that the middle class people didn't get anything would, I think, be a bit unfair. Yeah, indeed, the finance minister has made some moves in order to get back the black money. Let's get this clear. You know, the total amount which you mobilize through income tax in India is about 2 lakh crores. And the total amount of black money is 120 lakh crores abroad. Now, that means we can have a situation where we don't tax anybody in India at all for 60 years, assuming current rate of taxation, if we simply get back the black money which is stored abroad. What the finance minister has done in the present budget is he's talked about 3 things. One is he's going to introduce a new draconian law, and as a result of this law, there would be penalties imposed in case people do not disclose their wealth, in case people do not pay income tax and so on. The second thing is he's talking about introducing a Benami transaction prohibition bill. And the last thing he mentioned, let me try to recall, he talked about the Income Tax Act, which has to be amended. Now, as a result of the amendment, what would happen is, if anybody is accepting money by way of an advance, in the case of a real estate sale, it should not be more than 20,000 rupees in cash. That is to say, suppose if I were selling some house to you or some land to you, you would be giving me some money, but I should not accept more than 20,000 rupees in cash. We need to have a cashless society, and there are many other measures in the budget which talks about that. Having said that, I must tell you, I was thinking of the triple P when you talk about black money. So the triple P here is prosecution, penalty, and prison sentence. My Hindi is pretty poor, sabke saath, sabka vikas, and so on. Yeah, true. You see, you look at the various measures which have been put in the budget. I think all of them indicate the fact that the government is very, very eager to take more and more people above the poverty line and to improve the state of people in India.
भाषण से पेट नहीं भरता और भाषण नहीं वो तो भाषण की कला जानते हैं और शब्दों का प्रयोग किस वक्त कैसा करना ये भी जानते हैं।